All right. It looks like we are live. So, today, your host, Big Cat Man, is here, and class is in session. All right, we're going to be teaching my lovely assistant here, Kenosha, how to play the One Piece card game. So, we're going to be doing a couple of different things. She's going to be taking notes. I think that this is a funny time to have it, considering that the World's Championships is going on. If there was any debate about it, obviously Sakazuki is the best of the format, and that man needs to get hit in the ban list. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to move on to just watching some basic stuff to get her started. So, where else would you want to start than the good old official learn how to play the One Piece card game video? All right, so we're going to watch this. We're going to have her reaction. And then we're going to hop into some games on the sim, see how it goes. All right, so let's go.
One Piece card game tutorial video. Oh, this game looks so fun. I wish somebody would teach me how to play.
Hey, what's got you looking so down?
I really want to play that One Piece card game, but I don't know how.
Oh, you want to try playing the One Piece card game?
Do you know about it?
Yeah! If you want, I can teach you how to play.
Really? Thanks!
One Piece card game is a trading card game where you build a deck of your favorite characters to battle with.
How do I get started?
I have 2 starter decks on me at the moment, so I'll lend you one. Purchasing a starter deck is all you need to do to begin playing.
Then, I want to try playing with the Rush-type Straw Hat crew deck.
Go ahead. That means I'll be using the Animal Kingdom Pirates deck with its super powerful Dawn-based effects.
Kaido, huh? He's pretty intimidating, but I'm not backing down.
One Piece card game is played with a deck made up of 1 leader card, 50 character cards of the color of your leader card, and 10 gun cards. By the way, you can include up to 4 copies of cards with the same card number in your deck. Just place your cards in their assigned places, and you're ready to start. But first, we need to decide who goes first with a round of rock, paper, scissors.
Yes.
This time, you'll go first, and I'll go second.
Nice! I get to go first.
Easy and simple.
To start, draw 5 cards from the top of your deck. That's your hand. If you're not happy with your hand, you can return all the cards and redraw your hand once.
I drew so many Frankie cards. I'm going to redraw.
Once you've drawn your hand, take a number of cards from the top of your deck equal to the life value written on your leader card. Without looking at them, place them face down in the life area. Now, we're good to go.
Why do I put cards there?
Think of them as your leader's HP. If you drain all the life of your opponent's leader, and then succeed in attacking the leader, you'll win the game.
Got it. I'm gonna do my best.
It's Emma's turn.
Alright, let's get started.
I'm
Go,
up
Emma.
first, huh? What should I do?
Let me explain how your turn works. First, there's the refresh phase. During this phase, you set your rested cards to active. Cards are active when they're upright and rested when they're sideways. You will also need to return any Dawn cards you've given to another card. But there's nothing to do during the refresh phase on your first turn, so let's move on. Next up is the draw phase. That's when you get to draw 1 card from the top of your deck. Oh, but the player going first skips this on their first turn.
The player going first doesn't get to do much on their first turn.
Yeah, but next up is the Dawn phase.
The Dawn phase? What's that?
The Dawn phase is when you get to increase your Dawn cards. The more Dawn cards you have, the more powerful cards you can play.
Ooh, I want to get a ton of Dawn cards.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You will gain 2 Dawn cards each turn, but the player going first only gets 1 Dawn card on their first turn.
Oh,
Now, on to the main phase.
That's definitely me.
You can do lots of different things during the main phase, like use cards in your hand and attack.
what should I do first?
Why don't you play one of your character cards? To play a card from your hand, you will need to use Dawn cards to pay its cost.
I want to try using my Chopper card.
Okay, take a look at the top left corner of your Chopper card. That's your card's cost. To pay a card's cost, you rest the required number of Dawn cards. Alright, go ahead and play your Chopper.
Like this?
Yep, nice work. Just don't forget, you can't place more than 5 characters in your character area. So now you're up to speed on how to play the character card, right?
Yep.
There's nothing more you can do this turn. So it's time to declare the end of your turn and let me get started.
Gotcha. That's the end of my turn.
He said, let me get started.
Alright,
go,
it's
Tom.
my turn now. There's nothing for me to do during the refresh phase, so I will move on to the draw phase and draw 1 card. Next up is the Dawn phase, which means I get to draw 2 Dawn cards. Dawn! On to the main phase. I will rest 2 of my Dawn cards to pay the cost and play my sheep's head. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay,
Them
my
was about to
turn.
kill it.
I'll set my rested cards to active and draw a card. Then I get to draw 2 Dawn cards. Done!
Next, I'll teach you how to attack. You can use your leader or character cards to attack during this main phase. Rest the leader or character you want to use to attack, and declare which card you're attacking. You can attack your opponent's leader or one of their rested characters.
Oh, you don't have any rested characters. It's a bit risky, but I'm gonna try attacking your Kaido.
Look at the top right corner of the 2 battling cards. That number is a card's power. You will win the battle if your attacking card's power is the same or higher than the cards being attacked. Looks like my Kaido cards lost this battle.
I did it!
When a leader is attacked and loses the battle, they take damage to their life. That means I choose 1 life card from my life area and add it to my hand. Now my life is 4.
Yay! I'm getting the hang of this.
By the way, neither player can attack on their first turn. A character also can't attack on the turn it's played. Make sure to remember that.
Got it. Now, I'll pay a cost of 3 to play my Robin card. That's it for my turn.
Alright, my turn now.
Don.
Let me explain how to give a card a Dawn card. You can give active Dawn cards to your leader or character cards during the main phase. For every Dawn card you give a card, it will gain 1000 power during your turn. By the way, some characters have effects that trigger when a Dawn card is attached to them.
Oh, really? How cool!
You might think it's less cool in a second. Now, my sheep's head power is 5000. So it looks like I can do some damage to your Luffy. I'm going to use my sheep's head to attack your leader, Luffy.
Luffy's in trouble! Time to activate Chopper's blocker effect.
Yeah, blocker is an ability that allows a card to take the place of a leader or character being attacked. That means I'm battling Chopper instead of Luffy this time.
Sheep's Head has 5,000 power and Chopper has 1,000 power. I've lost.
In a battle between 2 characters, the losing character gets trashed.
My Chopper.
Ha ha ha, it's not over yet. I will give 2 Dawn cards to my leader Kaido and attack Luffy.
Ooh.
Poor Luffy. He's taken 1 damage. Time to take 1 life card. Huh? This Usopp card has trigger written on it.
Wait, you got an Usopp card? When you take damage, if the card has a trigger effect, you can use the effect without paying any cost.
On Usopp's card, next to trigger, it says, play this card. That means I get to play this card without paying any cost, right?
Yeah, there are a lot of different trigger effects. There's nothing else I can do this turn, so I will end my turn here.
My turn! I'll use my Robin to attack your rested sheep's head.
Dawn cards only increase your power during your own turn, so...
That's 5,000 versus 4,000. My Robin wins.
Hold up! I'm gonna use my character card's counter. When one of your cards is attacked, you can use a counter effect. Counters are super easy to use. All you've gotta do is move the card with the counter from your hand to the trash. I'll trash my ulti so I can increase Sheep's Head power by 2,000.
Hey, you defended yourself against my Robin's attack. Well, I'm gonna use my leader Luffy to attack your Kaido.
Not so fast. I will use my event card's counter effect next. I will pay a cost of 1 and play my counter card, Blast Breath, from my hand. Then I will return 1 Dawn card from my field to my Dawn deck and increase Kaido's power by 4,000.
Wait, you defended against my
They getting
attack
deep up
again.
into this. There's a lot going on.
In that case, I'll pay a cost of 5
Seriously,
and play
this-
my character
they're
card
getting
Luffy.
it. They're picking up.
Oh no!
They did just start
That
picking
Luffy
up, I
has
did feel
rush,
that.
so it can attack on the turn it's played.
Really? Perfect. I'll use my Luffy to attack.
She's a shark for real. She said, really? Perfect.
Ooh, that was so much fun!
Right?
I want to play a lot more and get way stronger.
That was you in the
I want to
beginning.
teach everyone how to play the One
That
Piece card
was
game.
you in the
Let's all
beginning.
enjoy the
Hey,
One
look,
Piece card game
I've been
together.
spreading the word. The word of the One Piece, bro. The One Piece is real.
It is real. It is
All right, look.
out there
Anyway.
doing his thing.
All right.
Don't
So
anyway.
So
That was a lot.
so yeah. So it is a lot. So let's debrief after that. How you feeling? How you feeling about that?
Well, until they picked up, I was feeling really good, but I kind of got lost like when they picked up. But I'm willing to try. So basically, I can look at my deck the whole time, right? Like that's what I'm curious about. I can look at it the whole time. I know what cards I'm playing.
Well, not the deck, no.
Not
But
the deck, but the like 5-piece card. The 5
your
cards.
hand, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you always have access to your hand. So what I'm gonna do is kind of take you through everything and give you a version that they didn't really give,
Okay.
which is a little bit more in depth, right? So this is the sim. This is basically how you play it online. So we're gonna go over here to deck editor, right? So I already have quite a few decks. The easiest one,
You named those?
some of them I did, some of them I didn't. So we're gonna start with this, right? So this is an Uta deck, right? So we haven't watched the anime together, so you don't really know all the characters yet. But essentially, right, this is how your deck is gonna look. You have one leader, and you have 50 cards in the deck, right? So the leader's effect is the most important, right? Because like if you have a strong leader, it's based on their effect being strong. So basically Uta's pretty good. She's not like the best or anything like that, but she is definitely up there. She's competitive. Like you could take her to a tournament and win. But basically what her effect is, you attach one of your Dawn to her, and then you reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a film type, so film type meaning your typing is right down here at the bottom. So this one says film and Straw Hat Crew, right? So if it's a film type, you get to add it to your hand. And then if it's not, you return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck. So the reason that she's good is that you basically play a deck full of film cards, which allow you to basically draw 2 every turn. So you basically out-tempo your opponent by having more cards in hand. So you have more answers to different stuff than they can get, right? So let's just go through each of these cards so you understand the effect, and then we can kind of go into a little mock game. So this card is Ezo. Basically, you run it because you remember how they talked about the counter if you get attacked?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you get attacked, this card has a plus 2,000 counter. Okay. So what that means is like your leader goes up to 7,000 for that attack. So if they attack you with 5,000 or 6,000, you don't take any damage. Or whatever card they attack doesn't get destroyed. So that's the main reason you run this. But the other good effect is that on play, when you play this card, you get to rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. So that's what makes it good, right? Moving on over here, this card doesn't have a counter. It's also a 8 cost. So you have to use 8 down. You have to rest 8 of them to be able to play this card from your hand, right? But because of that, he has 2 good effects. One, basically, if he has 1 down attached, your opponent cannot attack any other character except for him.
Okay.
So you basically are safe as long as he's on the field, and he has 1 down attached to him. Also, you can rest him to play 1 character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So that would be something like this Usopp right here or this Uta right here. So Usopp, he's pretty generic. He's what would you call a vanilla card. Vanilla just means that they don't have an effect. So they're like, when you play him, he doesn't do anything. He's just a 3 cost, 5,000 power, which is good. He's also a film type, so that's why you run him in this deck. Now, Chopper over here, he's going to also have that 2,000 counter, so that's why he's good in the deck. He has an effect that isn't that great. You're not going to use it that much. But Don times 1 when attacking, you rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. That's not going to be as relevant. You'll kind of see why. There's not a lot of cards that you need to rest that are 2 or less. Then we move on to Law. He has a 1,000 counter. He's a 2 cost, 3,000. Activate main. You have to rest 1 Don, and you can return him back to your hand to play 1 character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. So he could play this. He could play this. He could play this, right? Because they all have 3 costs. And that kind of moves me on to
the
Nami.
3 costs is the...
At the top left. Yep, so that lets you know how many Don you have to rest to play that card.
Okay.
All right, so this card right here is really good. Basically, it's a 3 cost 5k. It doesn't have any counter. But on play, you can rest 1 Don. You get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal 1 with a type that has film, and you get to add it to your hand. So you get to keep building that hand advantage. This card right here is one of the best cards in the deck. It's a 4 cost 5k with counter 1,000, but its effect is on play. You can play 1 film or Straw Hat Crew type character with a cost of 3 or less. So that means you can play any of the 3 costs in this deck basically.
Okay.
So basically you get to play 1 card for 4 Don, you get 7 Don worth of value. Right? So this is the other best card in the deck, which is going to be Monkey D. Luffy, right? So he's a blocker, meaning if somebody attacks, you can always block with him.
Okay.
He's a 7 cost 7k. He doesn't have any counter. But on play, you get to play 1 film or Straw Hat Crew type character with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. Meaning you can play him, then play the Brook we just looked at, then play another card. All for 7 Don. So that's why he's good. This Zoro is just pretty straightforward. He's a 4 cost 6k, 1,000 counter. That's pretty much it. He's just a 4-cost 6K. This Doflamingo, his name is Doflamingo. He's a 10 cost, so basically you can only go up to a maximum of 10 Don per turn. Meaning you use all of your resources to play him, but on a play, he gets to select 3 of your opponent's characters, and those can't become active next turn. Meaning, like, they can't attack, they can't do anything. They basically are frozen for a turn. So that's why he's good, and you'll kind of see why. So Uta, this is, I'm sure you noticed, like, this is the same person. This is the leader card though, and this is the character card. So usually when you have a leader, there is going to be a character card for it as well. So Uta's effect is she's a blocker. She's a 3-cost 4K with 1000 counter. And at the end of the turn, you can discard 1 event card from your hand to set one of your film type characters as active. So basically, let's say he blocked something, or not even block. He attacked, right? So then you're able to discard 1 event card to restand him as active. And we'll go over that a little bit more when we get to the game. So this is an event card. So event cards, there are counter event cards, and there are just normal activate main event cards. This one's a counter event card, meaning it can only be activated on your opponent's turn. So basically what happens is your opponent attacks, you have to have 3 active Don on your field, right? You rest those 3, and then you get to use the effect of this card. So, for example, so let's say somebody attacks you for 6,000 to your leader at 5,000. You have 3 active Don. You use this card, so your leader then gains 6,000 power. So it goes from 5,000 to 11,000. So not only do you not take any damage from that attack, you also are then able to play 1 character with a cost of 3 or less without an effect from your hand, meaning a vanilla, meaning mainly this card right here, this Usopp. There's not really a lot of other, there are no other options. But right, if you have him in your hand, you can play him out for free, right? So these are some of the best event cards, and this is what makes this deck really good.
The backlight.
Wake up, yeah.
I'm not going to sleep, but she just look at her. She's like, ah.
She was in the movie. I don't think did we go to the movie together?
No, you.
I feel like I saw it twice. I know I saw.
You probably took what's his name, Emilio.
I know I took. I thought I saw this twice though, but regardless,
you probably took.
Anyway. Right. All right. So you basically are able to play this for a cost of 2. If your leader is Uta, which is, you get to choose one of the 2 effects below. So you can either rest one character with rest one of your opponent's character with a cost of 5 or less, or KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. Right?
KO.
So meaning like not kill it, basically.
Oh.
Yep, so knocking it out is killing it. This is also a really good card. Basically, if your leader is Uta, look at the top 3 cards. Yep. Top 3 cards of your deck reveal up to 1 film type card other than New Genesis. So you can't add the same exact card to your hand. But then you get to add any of the 3 cards to your hand. Return the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order. Then set 1 rested Don as active. So basically you get to play this card for 1 Don. You rest 1 Don to play it. And once you finish using the effect, once you add a card to your hand, you get to re-stand that Don. So you never had to pay a cost to play it, essentially. And this is what makes the deck really fucking good.
I'm invincible.
Yep. I mean, Usa sometimes is invincible. So she basically is able to, for 3 cost, you get to set your leader back active. Okay. What that means is you attacked them already for 6,000, right? Mm-hmm. If you have 3 Don, you get to restand your leader, make them active again, and then attack again. So a lot of situations to where this card is able to just win games. I've lost to this card before. It's just really good. So that's basically the deck. So we don't have to go over that too much. But before we go into the wolves, we can do a game with just the both of us, right? So,
What? A game with just both of us.
yep. So what we'll do is have two Utas. So you have the same deck you get to go against. And I don't know who's going first. We're just gonna keep both.
We got to
these
do rock,
hands.
paper, scissors.
No, that's cap. We're not doing that. You're not gonna do that. Like,
That was the easiest part of the video, the rock, paper,
no,
scissors.
you roll dice. That's easier.
We don't got no dice, so now what?
It doesn't matter. You're going first. So
Where am I?
this is you.
First of all, where am I?
This is you.
I don't get to pick. So what are
do
those
you
5
mean?
cards at the bottom? What are those? What is that? What?
That's your hand.
Oh, okay.
So
That's right there.
this is your life.
Okay.
This is your hand.
Okay.
This is your Don.
Okay.
This is your leader. This is your deck. This is where your trash goes.
Okay.
This is your Don deck. So basically, based on the knowledge that we went over already, what can you do this turn?
Man, what's that stage for?
This deck doesn't have a stage card, so don't worry about that right now. But basically, it's the same thing as the event.
I just put my person up. Oh, who's this? I just choose one of my cards, right? Because my leader's already there. Then my leader gotta go up?
No, it stays there forever, babe.
Oh, that's the spot.
You remember
Okay.
the cost? How much do you have to pay to play that card?
Two Dawn?
Yeah. How many Don do you have?
I have 1.
So you can't play that card. So what card in your
So-
hand do you have that you can play for 1 Don?
Oh, Genesis.
Yeah.
All right, Genesis.
And then
What does it say? Peak 3 and what? Tell me.
and then draw 1.
Peak
So
3. What is peak 3? Peak 3 and draw 1?
you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and then you draw 1.
Okay.
No, but you have to go over here and then click that.
Those. I got
So you
him.
have to add a film card.
I have to add a film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I want her or do I want him? All right, I'm gonna take Brooke.
All right, and then you go over here to return cards to deck.
Okay. Okay.
All right, and that's basically all you can do.
Okay.
So go to end turn.
It asked me, so like maybe I wasn't supposed to, bro.
No, I'll put that on there because you can accidentally end your turn. So basically, for me, right, I have 2 Don.
Okay.
And
Why do you have 2 Dawn?
Because I went second. So with that, I'll play Law.
You'll play who?
This card right here,
Okay.
and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
All right, so now it's your turn again. So keep in mind
Oh.
that you do not have to play a card.
Oh.
all right?
What do I
So-
do?
In this situation, no, don't end your turn.
I didn't. I just canceled.
No, you went to end your. Well, actually,
It said cancel and it said deploy and then cancel.
Okay. So keep in mind, right? So the objective is to damage your opponent as much as possible and also avoid taking damage as much as possible, right? So with this situation, because you only have 2 cost choppers in hand, you want to keep these in hand because they have 2,000 counters.
Okay.
So that means that you can stop attacks that are 6,000, right? Easily. 1 card, right? And everything else in your hand requires you to have more Don to play it. So, what do you do in this situation?
Skipped it. Skip.
You don't skip. You don't want to skip your turn.
Well, I
You
just
have
don't play
3
a card.
active Don, right?
Yeah,
And
but that's all I have.
You went first. So you can attack.
Already?
Yes.
Who am I going to attack? With what?
Your opponent.
You're my
With
opponent.
your
What am I
leader.
going to attack you with? With Uda?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to attack you then. Would I click her to attack you?
So before you attack, right? Those 3 Don you're not going to use this turn. So what should you do with them?
I can put them back?
No. But you can click all of them.
1, 2, 3.
And then click Ucha.
And click Uta. Oh, we're going to add her power?
Yep.
All right. Let's go, Uda.
All right. So remember, Don, increase whatever you attach them to by 1,000 per Don.
Okay.
So now you click on Uta.
All right, Uda.
And then
Attack! Don't be trying to like let me win just so easily, and don't try to.
Oh no, weakness sickens me. We go full speed ahead.
Well, you don't want to sicken your assistant, do you?
Hey, look, I mean, when you catch these hands, like when it's over with. All right,
I
so
have a job, huh? Why are you gonna push cancel? I'm trying to attack you.
Yeah, you have to select the attack target.
Oh.
So yeah, you just have to select that. So you activated her effect because her effect is Don times 1. So you only have to give her 1 Don to be able to activate the effect to draw a card.
I gave her 3.
So you did get a card back. So you draw that. And I have an 8,000 attack to look at, right?
Okay.
So based on what I have in
What
my
you got
hand,
over there?
I can use this, and I still wouldn't be at enough because if I use the 2,000 counter, I'll be at 7. And if I use another one, I'll be at 8. And I don't have any other counter in hand. So I just have to take that attack and take a life. Right? So
What did they give you?
I'm invincible. So then you will go ahead and end your turn.
In my turn?
Yeah. Once you've used up all of your Dons and used all of your attacks or any viable attacks, your turn is basically over. Alright, so with that said, right? So because I went second, I have a few more Don to work with.
Right.
Or I have 1 specifically, right? So in this situation, just to make it easy, I'm not going to go into anything too crazy. But I will deploy Brooke. Remember earlier, I told you that Brooke can play an additional card from hand, right? So I'm going to play the Nami, right? So I can't activate the Nami's effect because I don't have any active Don remaining. And she requires me to rest 1 to activate her effect, which sucks. But for the purpose of teaching, that is fine. So with that said, and with that played, I'll go ahead and just attack your leader for 5,000. So based on what you have in your hand, you don't have to take this attack for 5,000. You have quite a few cards in your hand, right? So you have the 2 Brooks, which are 1,000 counters each. You also have the Choppers, which are 2,000 counters each. But you can also just take the damage and draw a card from your life. So, what do you think you want to do? There's no wrong answer.
You said you think I can take the damage and do what?
You have the choice of 3 different things. You can either take the damage,
Okay.
counter out for 1,000, or counter out for 2,000.
Counter out.
Yes, counter out of the attack. Yeah. Meaning that you're going to go to that Brook right there. He has counter plus 1,000. To get out of this damage, you just have to get up to 6,000 or anything above that. All right. And then you just go to resolve attack. And then
It's your turn.
still my turn. So you stopped my attack. So I will end. So now it's your turn again. What are you looking at me for? It's your turn.
Well, we just resolved an attack.
Yeah, that was on my turn.
Now I'm picking a card to play.
Yes, but keep in mind that you're trying to win. So what do you think is going to put you in the best position? Remember that the new Genesis, you get to play it for free. On top of that, the Brook plays another 3 or low cost.
All right, Genesis. We want you. Okay. Who I got? Who? Oh, I got Invincible.
Yep, so just pick which one you want.
I'll get Invincible.
All right, and then return the cards to the bottom of the deck.
All right.
What? You're not done. That's not even close to the end of your turn.
What more do they want? What? Babe, what?
Babe. So what look at what you have. You have 5 Don
Okay.
that you can use.
Okay, let's attack you.
Babe, wait. You have 5 Don.
Okay.
You
Yes.
You have cards in your hands that you can play. I'm not saying that you can't attack, but like what else do you think would make sense to do?
Rest my Dawn?
You can play a card by resting your Don, yes.
I just put a card up though.
You just got a card because you got to play that for free. So what else?
All right, I'm gonna put my chopper.
I mean, you can, sure.
He trying to.
I'm
You're trying to
giving
plot
you the full
against me.
option. I'm giving you the options of what you can do.
Go ahead. Because, listen, it's taking me some time to. Go ahead.
You gotta try. Like
I
come on.
did. Chopper.
Then I mean,
Deploy
if you want
him?
to play him, yeah. Okay, you have 3 Don remaining. What do you think makes sense to do with that?
What can I do with my Dawn?
You can play any card in your hand that requires a cost of 3 or less and use that effect.
Maybe
or
I just
you
want to
can
save
just-
it.
You can't save it. You
okay.
have to use all of your Don per turn. You don't
you
have to
didn't-
use it,
you
but if
didn't
you're
say
not
that.
using all of your Don per turn, then you're wasting resources.
Okay.
Think about it like money, right? If you have $5, right? And if you don't spend that $5 that day, it's gone the next day. That's how your turn is.
Okay.
So you have to use it, but you also have to be efficient with it.
Okay. Do I deploy her too?
You can, yeah. All right, and you still have the ability to attack.
Is it your turn
This
yet?
it's you attacked me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell because they're on the same one.
All right, so with this, I might as well just take it. Oh no, actually I'm not. I'm gonna use the Usopp. And then now you've done everything that you can, so you would just go ahead and end your turn.
Me?
Yeah. All right. So now I have 6 Don.
Okay.
I'm able to do a couple different things. So the thing I'm going to do is attach 2 Don to Law. So now he's at 5,000 power. And I'm going to attack your leader. So you can either take the damage or you can use one of the cards in your hand that have counter to stop it. Alright. And then resolve attack. Cool. So with that, I still have 4 Don left. I'm going to activate Law's effect to play Nami from hand. Her effect then activates, which allows me to rest 1 Don, add 1 film type character from my deck to my hand. I'm going to add Brooke and return the rest of them back to the bottom of the deck. So from there, I have 2 Don left, right? So I'm going to give Nami 1 Don, and I am going to attack your leader for 6,000 and use Nami's effect, enabling me to search, which I will add Uta to hand and return the remaining cards to the bottom of my deck. So you have a 6,000 attack coming at you. Now remember, your counter, your 2,000 counter, will bring you up to 7,000 if you want to stop the attack. Or you can just take the damage and draw a card from your life. Alright? Then you can go to resolve attack.
When do I ever draw? Because I haven't been drawing. Listen, I want to draw.
Alright, so I'm going to attack you again for 5,000.
Those 5 cards on the left, I can't use those. I can't look at those. What are those?
Those are your life. So when you take damage, you take one of those cards.
Okay, well.
So you just go to resolve the attack.
Okay.
And then you added that to hand.
Okay.
Alright, and there's no trigger, so you press no trigger.
It won't let me. Oh.
Alright, and then I'm also going to attack you again for 5,000. So with that in mind, you can either take the damage or you can use a counter out of hand.
If I take the damage,
Then you draw another card from your top of the life. Alright. Alright, so
I'm not explaining what I'm doing, guys, because I ain't know what I'm doing. He all did this and that and then da-da-da-da-da, and I'm just like, oh, okay. What'd you do? I didn't see your turn. I was too busy talking to the people.
I mean, that was the end of my turn. It's your turn now.
But what did you do during your turn?
I attacked you 3 times and added 2 cards to hand.
Okay, well now I got some done. So
Okay.
it's I mean, it's got to be like looking good, right?
So how many Don do you have?
I got 7.
All right, so you have 7 Don. You have cards in hand that you can play. So what do you think you want to do?
I'm gonna play my Law.
Why? Okay, why? Why are you playing Law? Why do you want to play Law?
Because I'm gonna add my Don to it so I can attack you.
You can't attack the first turn that the character is played.
All of them? All of these I can't attack with?
If you play it from your hand this turn, no. Unless it has a rush.
So I can just play a card and just not attack, right?
Yeah, you would basically just wait until next turn. The second turn after it's on the field, it can attack. So
I didn't
no, do not play Chopper.
I didn't want to play anything. I don't want to play anything.
What do you mean you don't want to play anything?
Backlight? I want to keep her for just to support my Uta when I attack you.
I don't even know what that meant. I have no idea what you.
It says if your leader Uta, choose one.
Yeah, you get to use that effect.
You may rest the specified number of Dawn cards in your cost area. You may return this character to the owner's hand. Oh, let's play him.
Oh.
Okay, well, listen. I just like. What are these doing up here? What are like?
Those are characters that can attack.
So we're not using them yet. Well, and yeah, I can't attack right now.
You can attack if you want to, yeah.
I gotta pick who I'm attacking.
Mm-hmm. So you pick Nami.
Can you let me finish my attack? You don't
I have
touch.
to resolve the damage.
Yours.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I can put the do.
You just, yeah, go ahead.
This is after opponent declares attack.
Mm-hmm. He's a blocker, so if I attack, then you can use him to block the attack.
Okay, we're gonna use invincible.
All right, go ahead and activate it.
This is activate Uta,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I'm activating.
babe. Yes, go press that button, and then you select your leader. All right, so now you can attack again with that same card. Who are you attacking? Okay. I'll stop that. So you still have 2 more attacks left and 4 Dawn active.
So I'm still in the middle of attacking you, right?
No, you already attacked me. You're still in the middle of your turn.
Okay, so
You're still good.
I know, but I just don't know what I'm doing. When can I pull from the deck?
Only at the beginning of your turn or when you activate your leader's effect. You have anything else you wanted to do? 2 Dawn
I
and 2
ended it.
attacks.
Oh.
You didn't end your turn. You had 2 Dawn and 2 attacks.
How do you know I have to attack? What? What's this doing here?
That's your trash. God. What did you play on my turn? No, you couldn't have. It's weird. Should be my turn.
Is it not your turn?
No, it's not my turn. Draw 1 card. Draw 2 down. Oh, it was my turn. I didn't know you had already ended. So yeah, just take. I wasted my turn. So go ahead. Use your turn again.
I can use this and look at the top 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
You have 9 Dawn active and 4 attacks. You can do anything you want
How do you know how many attacks I have?
because you have 4. You have 3 active characters and your leader.
Okay. Okay. You can only attack with your leader?
You can attack with any character that has been on the field for more than 1 turn. But for them to do damage to your opponent's leader, they have to at least be 5,000 power.
Okay.
And then you use the card effect. Then you get to add one of those cards. It has to either be the Usopp or the 3 style sword. Street 3 sword style. Alright, then you return the cards to the deck. And
It's you.
I'm gonna take that. It's fine. Alright. It's still your turn.
You said you're going to take that? Take the attack?
It's still your turn.
This game is like never ending, yo.
Hasn't been going on that long.
How long has it been?
I don't know. You need at least 5,000 in power to be able to attack.
Yeah, well. When can I like add Dawn to these cards?
You have to use Dawn to play cards from your hand. So you can't add Dawn to cards in your hand.
So I can click the Dawn and then click the card?
No, you just click the card.
Click the card I want to use?
Yeah. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
I don't know, like use all my Dawn to kill you.
You can't just do that automatically. You can, I mean, you can attach all the Dawn to one character and attack, but that's not gonna kill me right now. I still have 3 life.
Where's your 3 life? Oh, on the side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have 3 too.
Mhm.
It's your turn.
It's still your turn. You didn't do anything.
Still, what?
You didn't attack. You didn't do anything.
Oh my gosh. Ain't no way.
You're in the middle of an attack. Or who are you attacking? There's only one target. There's only one target. You can't attack them because they're not rested. All right. You still have you have 8 Dawn active.
And how do I use the Dawn?
You can either play characters from your hand, or you can attach the Dawn to cards and attack with them. She already attacked, so you can't do anything with that Dawn.
So I can attach them to these cards?
You can attach them, yes, to those cards.
Well, still my turn?
It's still your turn. That's only on your opponent's turn.
So what can I do?
You can do a lot of different stuff. So this is a 3-cost character, right? How many Dawn do you have?
I have 4, but she's also a blocker.
Yeah, you want blockers on the field. You want to be able to block attacks from your opponent.
I didn't even get that.
Yeah, so you have 1 Dawn left. There's really nothing left for you to do with that Dawn. So that's when you end your turn. And with her, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to do it for you. You can use the card effect to trash an event from your hand to restand one of your film type characters.
What's the card effect?
You can discard 1 event card from your hand.
Okay.
And then you get to make one of your cards that's rested active again. Alright, so it's my turn. I'm just going to take that. So I'm activating New Genesis. Gives me a free card. I'm going to take that. So my 7-cost Luffy that takes 7 Dawn to play. I'm going to play him. So I rested 7 Dawn. I have 3 left. With that, I'm going to play a Brook. And with that, I'm going to play an Uta. So basically, for the Luffy that I had in my hand, that costed 7 Dawn, I was able to play him, a Brook, and a Uta, who's a blocker. He's a blocker as well. So from there, right, I have 3 active Dawn. So I'm going to attack your life, for 6,000. So with that, you can either counter out of it, or you can block it, or you can take it.
How can I?
What do you want to do? Those are your 3 options.
I want to block it.
You have to block it by using the character that's on the field already. So
I
you
can't
go to your
block
Uta,
it.
the Uta, which is a blocker. The Uta
Where's Uta?
to the right.
Oh, she's grayed out. That's why.
And then resolve attack. Cool.
She's in trash.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and swing again for 6,000. So now you can either counter out of it, or you can take the damage.
What does counter out of it mean?
Look at your hand.
Like,
You have a 2,000 counter in your hand. Go to the left. He has counter plus 2,000. So that will put your leader at 7,000. So you can resolve the attack and you didn't take damage. Alright, and I'm going to attack you again for 5,000. To this attack, there is nothing that you can do. You just have to take that. So you...
why do you keep messing with me?
We're playing the game. And I'm going to use the card effect to restand. And it's your turn.
Well, I got all these done. I'm saying this like I know what I'm doing. I want to put some people in the field.
Mm-hmm. No. Don't summon him. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that makes more sense. Now you can use his effect to summon him. So go back to law. Click him. Alright. So you have 3 Don left. What do you want to do? You can attack my leader. You can attack one of my characters. You have to attack the rested character.
What do you mean arrested? Like him?
Yeah, he's rested. My leader's also rested. But that doesn't matter too much. I'm going to block it with my Luffy.
You gonna block me?
Mm-hmm. Alright, you have 3 Don left. What else are you going to do with that?
I mean, there's not much I can do, right? Can I add them to one of the rested characters?
You can add them to one of your active characters and attack with it, yes.
These are my active?
Yeah, the ones that aren't grayed out, yeah. Now you go to her. No, you go to her.
Her?
Nami. The one you just put the cards on.
Okay.
And you can attack with her.
And
Now
now I
who do
gotta
you want to
pick up.
attack?
It has to be rested, right?
Yeah, rested or the leader. So that's fine.
No, go to the leader.
You already attacked.
Oh.
So that's what happened. So now you can end your turn.
What happened?
You attacked the character and it died. All right. So now it's my turn again. I'm going to KO your Nami by using Backlight's second effect. I am going to go ahead and attack you with my Luffy for 9,000. So with this, you have two choices. You can either block it with your Luffy and he'll die, or you can take the damage and draw a card from your life.
Alright, I'll take the damage.
Alright, then press no blocker. And then resolve. And then no trigger. Alright. So
I'm about to die. Got one more life.
I'm going to attach 4 to Nami. She's going to attack you for 9. So same thing. You can either block it with your Luffy, or you can stop it. Or you can take the damage. Oh, sorry. So now you gotta pick. So do you want to block it or no?
I'll block him.
All right. So click on Luffy on the field. To the right. To the right. To the left. Right there.
He's grayed out. That's why I can't see.
All
I
right.
didn't know I can use him. He's grayed out.
That just means that he can attack.
Mm.
But if it's a blocker, they can still do something. All right, so I'm also gonna go ahead and attack you for 6,000. You can either, realistically, there's nothing you can do. You kind of just have to take that because you only have a counter plus 1,000. All right, and you can press no trigger. And then I'm going to attack you again for 5,000.
You're gonna attack my who? My Uta?
Yeah, your leader.
Okay.
Okay, so that means you lost. So if you get attacked when you don't have any more life cards, you lose.
Are you guys surprised?
All right. So
That was a good game. Don't put me back in here.
I wasn't about to put you in there, but just to go through a quick game.
With you and someone else?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why this camera disconnects. I don't know if it's overheating or what. Either way. All right, so we're just going to go into a game with this so I can kind of go over it with you. This will probably be over soon because we're going against a green yellow Yamato, which his effect is if it attacks you, you take 2 life. This hand I probably can keep. Not ideal, but for what we're doing, I don't think it matters too much. So I have a 4 cost in hand, an 8 cost in hand, a 7 cost in hand, a 2 cost, and a 3 cost. So most of this I can't play, right? The biggest problem is that next turn I'm gonna get hit pretty much no matter what I do. So what I can do is kind of play around the fact that I have this 3 storage style, which is a counter that adds 6,000 power. My opponent did decide to take that life. So on the bare minimum, at least I'm ahead in life. Doesn't mean much going against this this deck. And it looks like they're playing the Sky Island variant, which basically is just a type of card. So I'm going to use my 3 sword style Onigiri to go ahead and give my leader plus 6,000 so that I don't take any damage this turn. So now it's my turn once again. And with that, I know next turn I'm going to take damage. There's really nothing I can do to stop it. But what I can do is go ahead and play my Nami. The reason I want to play my Nami is so that I can draw, right? So I'm going to use her to draw, and I'll add the New Genesis to hand. I could have added the Chopper, but I decided not to because New Genesis is a little bit better. I could have played it for free just now, but I went ahead and attacked, adding my backlight to hand. So they countered out of my 6,000 attack with a 2,000 counter, right? So that's the end of my turn. So now it's on them again. Now they have given their leader the ability to get rid of any cards that will come off of my life. And because it's a 2,000 attack, because it's a 9,000 attack, there's really nothing I can do, right? I don't have enough counter in my hand to stop that, so I just have to take the loss of 2 cards, which sucks. But I'll go ahead and use New Genesis. And with New Genesis, I guess I'm at 7. So I'll add the Brook to hand. in this situation, it's kind of like not the best, honestly. But at least I can protect myself. So I'll summon my Luffy, which summons my Brook, which will then summon my Law. Ideally, I wouldn't summon the Law, but that's the only card I have. And we're just going to drop that for now. Alright, so with that, I still have 2 attacks left. So I'm going to attack their leader for 5,000. They're going to counter out of that for 1. I'm going to go ahead and attack their leader once again for 5,000. And they're going to counter out of it again for 1,000. So, and you know they're countering out for 1,000 because it says counter 1,000 on the card. So with that, my turn is
Wait, what does counter mean? Like
it means that you raise the power of your character during that turn by however much that counter is, right? So looking at this, they have quite a few options. More than likely, they know that I'm going to block their leader attack with my Luffy. They do have cards that could technically get around him, but I don't think that they will play that card yet because there's no guarantee. Oh, wow, they did. All right. So basically that card is able to rest 2 of mine, meaning like I can't block with them anymore. So he then is going to attack into my Law, which is fine. It's not fine, but it's nothing much that I can do. He's then gonna go for, I think, 6. So he's going for 6 at the Nami, which is fairly interesting. Letting the Nami die here isn't ideal. So in this situation, what I'll do is I will go ahead and if I save her, then the Luffy's definitely dead, but the Luffy's more than likely dead regardless because she has an effect where she can add 2 rested Don to a character that she has. So I can save one of them. I'm not going to be able to save the Luffy. So I'll go ahead and save the Nami by doing counter plus 2,000. And then he's going to attack my Luffy for 10,000. There is absolutely nothing I can do to that. It wouldn't have been anything I could do earlier either. So I'm at 9 Don now. Not the most ideal situation overall. Mainly because there's not a lot that I can do, quite honestly. So here is kind of one of those situations where it's like there's stuff I can do, but there's not as much as I would like. So I kind of just will have to go ahead and play this kid. Basically, he's able to defend me, even though he's not a blocker. So I'm going to rest him, choose no targets, and then I'm going to attach a Don to him. So on the upside, I do have 3 attacks that I can work with this turn, right? So I have my Brook that can attack. I'm going to try to clear his board a little bit so he has less attacks next turn. I have my Nami that can still attack. So I'm going to attack with her for 5,000 to his leader. He has more than enough cards in hand. He still has 5 cards in hand. More than likely, he's not going to take this next damage. So I'm going to swing again for 5,000. He's probably going to counter out of that as well. He actually decided to take that one, and he got a trigger. So the trigger is going to be sure, which allows him to look at the top 5 cards of his deck and add 1 Sky Island type character or event from his deck to his hand, right? So nothing left for me to do other than to end my turn. I think that is very likely he will try to either clear my board or go for game. So if he tries to clear my board, he has to first go for the kid. So he was able to boost his character up to, I think, like 12 or 13,000. Yeah, 13,000. There's nothing I can do to that. All right, there's absolutely nothing I can do. So I have to take that. So I lose my character. And he still has quite a few options left open. So that kind of is unfortunate. And in this situation, I'm kind of just going to force him to re-attack this character because there's not much I can do. Honestly, I actually want to take the life so I can gain more cards in hand. But I'm going to drop the 2K Chopper and drop the 1K Zoro to save it for now. But the next attack is either going to hit me or that. And it hits that, so she's dead. So I'm pretty sure he knows that that basically cripples me for this turn. But the cool thing about it is I'm going to swing for 5 again at his life and see what he does. So I could have probably just went for game this turn. But me going for game this turn and me going for game next turn are basically the same thing. Because I have a card, which is Doflamingo, that allows me to rest 3 of my opponent's cards. So I was able to use 2 of my attacks. So 2 5,000 attacks got 2 cards out of his hand. So he dropped 2 2,000 counters. What that tells me is he doesn't have any more 1K counters in hand. So, me dropping this Doflamingo, I'm going to freeze 3 of his characters. So, none of them will become active. He can't attack with them next turn. So, basically, there's no way for him to kill me next turn. So, with that safety in mind, I end my turn knowing there's very little that he can do to harm me. However, he only has 1 life. With him only having 1 life, I only have to get rid of 1 life and get 1 attack through. So with him knowing that he's going after my board, and I don't have anything in hand, so I can't stop it. So I have to allow him to take that card for me. However, he only has 1 remaining attack unless he has another rush card in hand. So what that means is he's probably going to put 3 more on his Shura and attack me, or put all of it on it. So he attacks me for 9,000. I have no problem with that. I get another Brook back to hand. So I don't think there's really any chance of him winning this game anymore. For him to have used that many 2Ks already, I don't think he has any more 2Ks in hand. And if he does have any in hand, he doesn't have enough to stop a 10K attack. Because he would need 3 2Ks to stop a 10K. So I'm going to attack him for 10K. He's going to have to take this. Yeah, he has no choice, right? So with that in mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Don. I will put on my leader. My leader's now at 15,000. So I attack him directly for 15,000. I won't add a card to hand. But if he wasn't able to stop a 10K attack, there's no way he was going to be able to stop a 15,000, right?
Dang, just disconnected like that.
Yeah, he was salty. So, as you can see, he had nothing in hand. So, he couldn't stop. He could only stop a 6K. Well, I mean, he couldn't even stop a 6K. He could only stop a 5K attack. So, this card right here basically won me the game. It wasn't looking too great. I didn't feel like I was really in too great of a situation. But this deck does not run, I've run the deck, so I know. Their deck does not run a lot of defense. And with that in mind, because they don't run a lot of defense, it's hard for them to deal with, stuff like where I'll just drag the game out and make it harder for them to respond. So that's why it was easy to win that one in the end. And we even ended up with 2 life left and only really took 1 double attack. So that's kind of how it goes a little bit. We're going to call it for this lesson there. Hopefully you feel like you learned a little bit. How you feeling about it? How you feel? You feel like you understand a little bit more now?
A little bit more, yeah, but it's still like a different language to me for sure. I think I'll do like better like if it was in person and whatnot.
Yeah. Wanted to started on this just because this is a lot more simple, to be honest. It's good to get into the habit of the actual cards, but it is more simple to use the sim because it does a lot of the stuff for you. So you don't have to like draw cards and like do other stuff, which is all good and fine and dandy. But I think that it's also very helpful to just have, everything done for you in the beginning so you know what you're trying to do.
I agree. I'm definitely going to need some more lessons on this. I'm thinking like 6, so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know why this camera be doing that. So weird. But regardless, that's going to be it for this class. And yeah, so thank you for joining us, whoever did. Bada boom, bada bang. Camera issues, don't know why, but we got it for the ending here. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.